It's Gunvoor time! Hello people, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna talk about a build which has been featured quite a lot on the PTR already. It has been nerfed, although it's still viable. So I'm gonna talk about the LON Blessed Shield build. Let's go through the important items here, because this is not a set build per se. It has one set, but it requires you to have no other set, basically. So the most important items, the one the build revolves around, is those rings. The Litany of the Undaunted and Wailing Host. So what those basically does is, while this is your only set bonus, every ancient item you have equipped increases your damage dealt by 100%. It actually used to be 800%, but that was clearly overpowered. Also, it reduces your damage taken by 4% per ancient item, so it's pretty decent. Probably the second most important item to make this build work is the weapon, the Gerfalcon's Foot, because what this does is that it removes the resource cost of Blessed Shield, which basically means you can, spam it endlessly. You will be using the Jikang board, which makes the Blessed Shield ricochet to additional enemies. Also, it increases your Blessed Shield damage by a shit ton. Also, the bracers, Akan's Manacles. Blessed Shield's damage is increased by 461% for the first enemy it hits. So this will play into another item which we have cubed. Other than that, just slap on some pretty much random legendary ancients. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have like one set item here, but you can't have a set bonus basically. So there are options which are better than others, clearly, but just get some ancient items and you're all good to go. So for legendary gems, I use Pain Enhancer because the attack speed you get is really useful. Also Gogok, the attack speed basically. Stricken, Bane of the Stricken, actually, it really stacks up, you know, the damage it gives. And the 25% against bosses is really useful, because that's the weakness of this build, actually. It's very weak on single target. Because I'm gonna show you why. Let's go to the cube. So, this is a really important weapon which you have to cube. Each enemy hit by your Blessed Shield increases the damage of your Blessed Shield by 20% for 3 seconds. So what this means is that this applies to the ricochets, and this can stack up to absurd amounts. So your next Blessed Shields, like it hits for shitloads, basically. I will show you that later. For the armor, I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet, so I'm just using Nemesis braces for the lulz. The ring, I would say go convention, actually. I tried out Broken Promises, but I think convention is better. Let's go about the skills. This is a very DPS-y build. I've seen more tanky variations of it, but this is a very DPS-y build. I use Provoke for the lightning rune on it, because it deals more damage. Blessed Shield, of course. You will use Shattering Throw, because it splits the shield into smaller shields, which also deal damage. You will use Akarat's Champion, Prophet, because of the survival aspects of it, and also you get the Sheet Death from it, which is always nice. Steed Charge, Endurance, useful for traveling around rifts. Loss of Valor, because of the attack speed. So it's useful when you're doing a DPS build. I mean, you could use some other law if you're just going to do a more tanky one. But this is my take on it. Shield glare. This is also important because it increases your damage, also it blinds targets. I used Divine Verdict because they take 20% more damage. Because you will be using a one-handed weapon, Fervor is preferred because of the attack speed and all cooldowns reduced. Finery, always a good one for Crusaders. Towering Shield because it increases your blessed shield damage by 20%. Also it reduces the cooldown of your shield glare by 30%. Indestructible. This is like the only tanky skill I've gotten because it is very useful for greater rifting. Because you can have 2 sheet deaths. One of the Akros champion and one of the indestructible. So this will be a pretty short video actually, but because the build is very easy to explain. It's not a complex build at all. So I've shown you the items. I can show you how it works. So let's go for 50. I've gotten the build pretty much how I want it. So the thing is, I still need a couple more ancient items to make it fully workable, I should say. But as you can see, this just it's amazing. It's still a really solid build. I mean, look at the damage. And yes, I know someone will actually say like, oh, this is only Great Rift 50. I mean, you can go higher than that. But as you can see, it has potential. You see, it's very easy to play. You just spam basically. So so yeah, that's the build actually. Uh-oh. Yeah. By the way, yeah, this will probably be my last video for a while because of the Christmas and holidays and stuff. So I don't know when I will return, but probably somewhere in January. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.